Good afternoon, everybody. April 5th here. It's been kind of a cool and blustery day. I tried doing a video this morning, but when I got back and checked it, it was so windy. The microphone was picking up the wind and you couldn't hear much of what I was saying. But right here, what I'm showing you is the exterior hardwoods that I have on my longleaf pines. This was part of the requirement for the CREP program. I've been through here, excuse me, on these trees and limbed them up and come through and establish this fire lane and put that in. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get to do some burning here in the next couple of weeks, and the fire line's established to keep the wood, keep the fire from going over into the hardwoods, because the fire would probably do too much damage to the tender bark of the hardwoods and destroy them. So we put in this fire line. As you can see, my dogs have followed me out here, and they like to come out here and kind of keep me straight. That's Cole, which is the lab, right here in the back, and Buster up there in the front. On these trees, we had to put the hardwoods on each side of the ditches, and I've limbed these up on this side, as you can see, and on the other side, my tenant hadn't had a chance to get in here and cut this ditch bank this year. He says he's going to do that. But I limbed these up, and I'm sure you're probably thinking it may be a little high, but my tractor's got a little canopy on it, and to be able to get up to it and keep the briars from taking it over, I limb them up so that I can bush hog in here and throw the branches in there to the inside. And over time, this section in here will shade out, and I think these briars will just eventually get shaded out. That's the hope anyway. But as I'm scanning around here, you can see I've got the fire line around here. I got this little section back here in the back that's a little bit thinner. I've limbed these pine trees up pretty drastically, because as you can see, what I call my condo stand right there, so that I can sit up there in the winter and look down, and I've got lanes cut so that I can hopefully see the deer traveling through here. This is a long lane which I can see all the way from up here from my condo. That's my honey hole back there in the back. Also right here I have a bluebird box. I've got 17 up of these, 17 up around the farm. In here I do have bluebird eggs, so that's working out pretty well. As you see right here where I have this flag, if I get away from my shadow, a few years ago we had a hurricane to come through, and it laid down quite a few of my trees. Had to get in here and clean those up and get those out. Come in and chopped them up, hauled them out, and we've come back in here and replanted. They say that when the fire comes through, that these needles will kind of curdle up around the bud that's in there, and as long as the bud is not destroyed, you know, they should come on out. And we're hoping that this fire will clean this up and get some of these briars out of here. Walk back here to the back, and this is what I call my honey hole back here. Got some sawtooth oaks in there. They were established about 15 years ago. Some of the storms took a few of those out, and I've come back here and installed some more trees. I put some more sawtooth oaks in there. I've also put some pear trees. I've got 8 pear trees back there. 7 of them survived. I have one that didn't make it. Probably replace that next year is probably what the plan is. And you can see those tree tubes. That's to protect the young trees, because the deer will come in here, especially when they have the new antlers, and they'll rub up against them and destroy the trees. So I put those in there to keep that from happening. And on the back side, you probably can't tell it from here, but I've got a line of live oaks back there, which I thought would give me a nice border. And they seem to be working out pretty well. And then this is some of the area that I can also see from my deer stand. And I've got a couple of lanes there that I can see up there. Another lane there, and this long lane which goes down the back. And up there to the right, if you can see the top of a little shed I've got back there, I have a deer feeder, and I've just put some corn in there. The only thing now, I've came back here the other day and spotted a bunch of turkeys, so I don't know whether I'm feeding deer or feeding turkeys, but probably I'm just feeding both. But anyway, that's what I've been doing up till this year. That's been a pretty good winter project. And I'm hoping when the fire comes through, I'll probably do a video when we're doing the fire. Hopefully we'll get that done. And that'll be a pretty interesting video to see some of the fire going through and actually see what that does. So with that, that's been my winter project. My bush hogging, as you can tell, is going to be starting here pretty soon. I've been doing just a little bit of it, clean up what I had around the edges. But it'll be a little bit easier since I've got everything limbed. I won't have to be dodging too many limbs now. And this is one of my main paths coming in from the house. So I'll keep you posted. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.